Hey everybody, it's me, Julz again. Yeah, you're pretty much gonna have to turn your volume up if you're gonna want to hear me. But anyway, it is another episode of Time with Julz. Um, yeah, it's another review of Young Justice, episode 3 of season 2, Alienated. Pretty much this was a good episode. I'm gonna go into the shocker kind of factor. Okay, the shock factor was that we pretty much figure out what happened during those 16 hours, that the Justice League went on a rampage throughout the entire universe, throughout many planets, and saying in so many different alien languages that the universe should beware, that they are the Justice League. And pretty much this is what Vandal Savage wanted. So that way, Earth would be pretty much the dominant force in the universe. And apparently, his intimidation towards the other planets, it worked. It pretty much worked. But now we see that they're all wanted. And also another shock factor was that okay, so this happened 5 years ago, and it happened throughout most of the universe, and the Green Lantern Corps did not hear any of this. I mean, they pretty much said they pretty much, okay, yeah, it wasn't in his sector. It wasn't in John's sector. But I mean, come on. 5 years? I mean, don't the Green Lanterns work together? All of them? Don't they trade secrets? You're supposed to be the intergalactic police force of the universe. You're all over. I mean, there should have been some Green Lanterns in, wherever Vandal Savage sent them. I can't remember the names, but there should have been Green Lanterns there. And there should have been some news to spill. I mean, like the Justice League going on a rampage all over the universe, including a Green Lantern. Does that not seem newsworthy to the Green Lantern Corps? Or at least 5 years of investigation. Moving on, another shock factor is Megan's ability. She does it again. She turns another correlation into what you might say a vegetable. Put him in a vegetable-like state by actually digging into his mind. Apparently, we also see that she's a lot stronger than her uncle, since he was trying to pry information out of the correlation for hours, but Megan did it like instantly, but at the expense of turning that one correlation into another vegetable. And it's still a little bit creepy. I don't know whether the kid fans are going to be able to process that. And apparently Connor has another reason to be cautious of Megan. And apparently her mind powers are getting a lot stronger than before. I mean, we even know that in season 1 they were growing and they were getting a lot more out of control, but this is a lot more extreme. It's more than just getting stronger. She is getting more extreme. Well, it's been 5 years, so she matures. Sort of. Another shock factor, and I'm pretty sure the biggest shock factor of all of this episode, was Calder, Aqualad, being Black Manta. I mean, oh no, why? I mean, yeah, many people out there, they were either assuming whether the other Young Justice team members were either dead or gone, but Calder, he's evil now. I mean, I could never see that about him. I mean, he was their leader, he was so moral, he was so noble, and now we see him as a villain. It's so sad, it's so heartbreaking to me. I admired Calder for his morality, his leadership, and now it's all gone to crap. And also, just as big of a shock factor is that he is Black Manta's son? Wow. Never knew that. You learn something new every day. But it was just as shocking. And apparently, I guess it seems reasonable since Tula died due to a mission. Apparently, yeah, this season is pretty much bringing up a lot of answers. Yeah, it's pretty much what I thought they were going to do. They were going to answer the 5-year gap, like what happened in the next few episodes. And they are, but it's leading to more questions than answers. like like last episode, uh, Connor explains a little bit as to why he broke up with Megan, but didn't go into too much detail. There's still a lot of questions, like like was there a bigger situation, like any other reasons or any other, you know. I can't think of any on the spot, but it just feels like there are more questions that need to be answered. And also, what was the mission that Tula died on? Like, what was that involving? A lot more questions than answers, apparently. Let's see. There's also the awe factor to this episode. I am in such great awe, as in this was so awesome. Seeing the Bat family actually kicking butt all together. I mean, we see Batman, Dick Grayson, Nightwing, Tim Drake, Robin, and Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, all together, all four of them, and that was so awesome. I mean, yes, oh my gosh, one giant super family together, one giant vigilante crime fighting family together. Back then they weren't really, I mean, in the animated series back in the 90s, they were not that close, so seeing them in this one, so close, so together, fighting alongside, oh, it's so awesome! And you've got to agree with me, that is so awesome. And to top that, or to go along with that, we see a better relationship with Superboy and Superman. And apparently they've gotten a lot closer. They go into a tag, they start tag teaming. And apparently it's so adorable, it's so awesome, and it's, wow. And it's kind of like in the comic books, they go through that period of awkwardness, not trying to get to know each other, and then they start accepting each other, and they become such a wonderful team. And also, I even have to admit, with Cassie and Wonder Woman, like, okay, apparently Cassie is relatively still new, as she's still pretty much a fangirl, like, and pretty much, okay, I really love that comment when Wonder Woman said, less fangirl, more Wonder Girl. And at first, when Wonder Girl was through her lasso, I thought it was just going to be like, oh, okay, amateur movie. She only tore off the head, but then she punched it back into the other walker, and it was so awesome. And apparently she's not that... She's okay. She's okay. Let's see. Another awe factor, how Superman actually survived the explosion. I mean, pretty sure, yeah. I would assume, yeah. Of course he would be able to survive a massive explosion, but with few injuries. I mean, yeah, he was knocked out, but that was like when time was running out and the bomb was about to explode, like, Clark, get out of there! I just had to yell out his name, Clark, get out of there! I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's been through just as bad, but it's still, oh my gosh, scary, very scary. I guess it's not too much of an awe factor that he survived. I mean, he's taken missiles, and apparently it doesn't faze him. Obviously. So much in this episode, so much awe factor, so much shock factor, and so many questions, a few questions answered, but more questions preceding it. And I am so glad that the writers are actually making up for the 5-year gap by explaining what happened. Because, everybody was bitching about why it had to be 5 years in the future, but, apparently this is worth it. They know what they're doing, and actually putting the Bat family together was awesome, and I'm okay with it now. But although if we get to see what happened to Wally and Artemis, that would be pretty good to know. Because I loved Wally. Despite him being a nub, I still miss him. Okay, so far that's all I have. It was an awesome episode. I can't explain it any more than that. And I just hope that they're able to clear their names. Oh, and one final thing, another awe factor is that during the last scene, when Superman called Connor Con-El. Oh my gosh, the name! Con-El, yes. I was hoping when he would call him that, although I was hoping that he would also call him his son instead of just his little brother. Well, yeah, well, I guess over time we'll figure it. He'll accept it in time, hopefully. And I'm also hoping that Superboy gets to meet Ma and Pa Kent. Let's have a family episode. But anyway, I'm really happy that Connor and Superboy pretty much patched things up, and also the Bat family together. So pretty much that's all I have. Thank you again. Thank you, and just so that way everybody knows, I consider this the universe's birthday gift to me. This episode pretty much showed on my birthday, and I am so thankful. Thank you for such a wow episode with so much wow factor, so much awe factor. Thank you, universe. Thank you, writers. Thank you. And happy birthday to me. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, see you again, guys. I'll have another review sooner than you think, and I hope that you'll all subscribe, you'll all comment, please, and thank you for your time. Thank you.